Join in the sparkling fall spectacular of the 36th Annual Mount Pleasant Glass and Ethnic Festival, September 22nd through the 24th. See the unique demonstrations from glass craftsmen and don't miss the fireworks, live music, and over 100 booths featuring ethnic foods and crafts. The Main Street Parade is Saturday, September 23rd. Witness glass-blowing demonstrations and nightly lighted balloon launch. 3 days of family fun and great entertainment at the Mount Pleasant Glass and Ethnic Festival.
Hi, I'm Chip Rohn with your Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, and you are watching In the Know. Today we are in the borough of Mount Pleasant, and joining me is Kelsey Beckus. Hello, Kelsey.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So Kelsey is on the festival, the Glass and Ethnic Festival Planning Committee here in Mount Pleasant. But more importantly, she's the daughter of Jeff Landy, a longtime borough manager and founder of this festival. So it's good to have her here, and we're just going to talk about things that are coming up for 2023 with the loss of your dad, which was a big loss to this community. We just want to talk about how things are going to continue on and how your dad would really want that to happen. Who would want that to continue. So if you don't mind, just start off by talking about the dates and when this year's festival is going to happen.
Well, I always tell people the dates are already predetermined. The festival is always the last full weekend in September. So this year it falls on Friday the 22nd, the 23rd and 24th of September.
Okay, that's great. And some times when that happens, so it's a Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday event. Friday and Saturday would be 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. and then Sundays 11 p.m. until 7 p.m. with the fireworks following right after that.
And a big fireworks display.
Big fireworks display at 7:15.
Yeah, big finish. So, and everything's right here around the gazebo. What they call this Veterans Square, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so right in the heart of Mount Pleasant.
It is.
Right next, almost at the Doughboy.
And my dad and Jerry wanted it to be a community event. I think a lot of the neighborhoods, like having the porch lights and the people be a part of it, is what my dad and Jerry wanted.
Yeah. How many years is this put on? How many years would this be for?
This will be our 36th year. 36
years.
Yes.
Yeah. And your dad and Jerry Lucia, the mayor and fire chief, actually got this idea to start this 36 years ago.
Yeah, so before there was Nationality Days, and my dad and Jerry got to know each other really well, and my dad had a vision and a passion for the Mount Pleasant community, entertainment, and family, and really brought the idea up, and they've been such a great team running this for 36 years. I think they actually sat on a bench right around here somewhere and created it together.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't imagine a better duo. I think that's why the festival had the reputation it did, and people came back year after year because they each brought something really great to the table.
Yeah, it was tough last year without Jerry. It'll be tough this year without your dad. But a lot of it about our lives is leaving a legacy. And of course, your dad has left a legacy, not only with you, but your daughter too, and your soon-to-be upcoming child.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just fat. She's pregnant, so there is a difference.
Yeah.
But anyhow, your dad left this legacy, which is and Jerry too. So I think they would be looking down at us and smiling that this is still happening here.
And I think that's something that's important for the community to know. I think that there was probably a lot of speculation of, oh my gosh, how will the festival go on? But they really have created something great and a foundation that we're able to build on and continue to grow with their vision. And so this year is really about coming together as a committee, as a community, to keep this event going and the tradition alive and what they've done.
Yeah. Now you talk about the committee, so there's a group of people that actually coordinate all this, right?
It takes a village, it really does.
Yeah, and a lot of them have been on this committee for years too, in which you have. Now, you talked about you actually have led the pageant for a number of years.
Yeah, I want to say about 12. I haven't reached 15 yet because you get to watch at 15 when you've been on the committee for that long. I technically have been a part of the festival I'm 32, so this will be my 32 years I've been a part of the
I'm
festival.
sure you have been.
But as an actual acting committee member, about 12 years.
As the daughter of the co-chair, you were just automatically part of that, right?
Oh yeah, I was thrown right into it.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to grow up.
Yeah. Now, your dad and I had something in common. We're both big Disney fans. And Disney parks is for me, and I think his was a lot of that too. And a lot of the things that your dad brought to this festival were kind of some Disney ways of operating things and doing things.
Yes. He always would give the book Be Our Guest to people, and that's how Disney handles all of their guests and their service to others. And this festival really is 365 days a year of planning, and I can't tell all of our father and daughter outings, in even our Disney adventures, always were surrounded by the festival.
Yeah.
My dad wore a festival polo almost every day in Disney because he wanted people to ask about it, and he really was an innovator. And we're always bouncing ideas off of each other, attending other events. We would find vendors. It was something that was always on his mind,
Right.
and began to become on my mind too.
Right.
I find myself when I'm out of places getting cards and vendors, and I'm a lot like my dad, which I'm grateful
You
for.
look a lot like your dad. As
I
we're
do.
sitting here, I can see.
And it's something
the
I'm very
likeness.
proud of. I know
Yeah, you
people
should
joke
be.
about that stuff, but
Yeah,
very proud
I
of that.
can see the likeness there. Let's talk about now. Some people refer to it as the Glass Festival, but it's actually the Glass and Ethnic Festival.
Yeah, and many years ago it was the Mount Pleasant Glass Festival,
Mm-hmm.
and then it expanded to the Mount Pleasant Glass and Ethnic
Yeah.
Festival.
You want to talk about that ethnic side and what that means? I'm guessing that's the food.
Yeah, so again, with the Glass Festival, it was really about bringing the glass companies that were around into the festival, and I really think that Jerry and my dad wanted the community to be a part of that and the melting pot of people that were a part of this community. So the different types of food we have, German food, Polish food, Italian, this year Brazilian. So I think that there's something for everybody. You'll be able to find something great to eat, and the aroma of the festival is just great.
And it is great. We have a booth right across the street here, and I often come up missing. And usually when I come up missing, I'm out looking for food. I'm scavenging for food. The Armour's hot sausage is right down the corner from us,
Right.
which is the smell of that all day long.
Yeah.
Is wonderful.
My dad says I eat the most at Disney and at the festival. He's never seen me eat any more than I do at the festival.
Well, there's great food, and festivals. Times of celebration are often around food.
Right.
So I think those two kind of go together. I know when I was on a diet a few years ago, I realized that we just have food like at everything that we do, and it was kind of hard to watch what you eat. And during the festival, I never watch what I eat. So
No, you can't do that.
Just take it all up. Anything new for this year, for 2023?
So I think with our committee and our community suffering, two great losses.
Yes.
I think again this year is about just being together and keeping everything just kind of status quo, and just showing everybody that we're a strong committee, that we want to keep my dad's vision alive. And then next year, I think the big focus will be, okay, what new are we going to bring to the table while still maintaining the tradition of the past 36 years?
Yeah, I think that's wise. That's a wise way to do it, just to work through this year.
Yeah, and just to come together as a community. Like I said, I mean, in 2 years, two humongous losses, two big holes.
Yeah. And of course, it's a loss for Armstrong too. Both your dad and Jerry were hosts on the Jeff and Jerry show. So first we lost Jerry, and we lost your dad. So it's been a loss for us too, and we sympathize with you and offer our sympathy to you.
They
So
make this
sorry for your
TV
loss.
show thing seem really easy.
They do, and
They
actually,
did it so
I was talking to
effortlessly.
Dave. We didn't do a lot of these because usually they covered the festival on the Jeff and Jerry show. So it's a little different this year too. We do have one that I did with your dad a few years ago, an interview that actually right over here, and talked to him a little bit about. I think maybe it was after Jerry had passed, so that was my guess.
No wonder they won an award.
Yeah, exactly. They're the award-winning Jeff and Jerry show. So the fireworks are on Sunday night. I know there's a big crowd always for that. You want to talk a little bit about that?
7:15 is our fireworks, and my dad always loved that they were set to music. And we always do a big countdown with either one of the Glass Festival queens or another, someone from the audience.
Uh-huh.
And it's a great display. It's a great way to close a 3-day celebration,
Yeah.
and to give everyone a nice ending.
Parade is on Saturday.
Yes, the parade is 2 o'clock on
Uh-huh.
Saturday on Main Street, and our parade marshal this year is Eddie Huffman Sr. from Huffman's Auto Sales.
Excellent.
My dad always wanted him to be the Grand Marshal,
Oh.
parade marshal, so we're very excited to have him.
Yeah, yeah. That, and then parade's a big thing. I know right after the parade's over, it gets really busy.
Yes, it's a very big day. It's a very big day. I'm sure all of the vendors are very excited for all that business, and I think even businesses in town, to have people in and out of their shops too.
Yeah.
But my dad always prided himself on having a really nice parade, and
And he does. And this is a great setup for this, the way everything is set up here in the community.
it is. It's really easily accessible.
Yeah. And you have that Old Town area, which I thought was really neat. That's kind of an area that's is a lot of history there.
Yes. So I think with my dad being a Disney lover and there being, especially Magic Kingdom, different lands,
Uh-huh.
I think he wanted different parts of the festival
Yeah.
to distinguish them. And yes, with the the history and the historical society, the being involved,
Yeah.
it's a really neat area. It's one of my favorites. I love visiting the cabins and
Yeah.
just the entertainment.
And it's great with
we
the
provide
kids'
down there.
activities that are down there, too.
Yes.
Yeah. Parking. So do you have that all under control? I was always impressed how you have the shuttle buses running. You want to talk about how people can access that and what they can do?
Yes. So during the festival, there will be schedules posted, and there will be a shuttle bus running from Lenox, from Walmart, and along the Main Street.
Okay.
And they always will operate an hour after the festival closes, so that way people have a chance. If you're staying right until the tail end, you don't
Yeah.
have to worry. You'll get
Don't
back
worry,
to
you're
your
not going
car.
to get stranded in Mount Pleasant.
You are not, but you know what? There's always something fun to do.
Yeah.
And it's free. It's a free shuttle service, so
Yeah.
we'll have those times.
Because parking can be a
posted.
challenge if you try to park in town.
It can be a challenge.
Because there's so many people.
Correct.
That the transportation helps with that.
shuttle
And I've
service is
used it, and it
wonderful.
works well.
Yeah, and it drops you off right at the Doughboy.
Yeah, actually,
Which is really nice.
It's really easy way to get in. So the funds from the festival, I know you help in a lot of different ways. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? How funds are used?
Sure. So after we put on this 3-day celebration, we use our funds to put on the 3-day celebration, and then after that, and after everything's accounted for and audited, we pour it all back into the community, which is nice.
Yeah.
So we pay our bills, and then just for a couple examples, we donate to different organizations. We work with the school districts on different, maybe families in need.
Yeah.
One thing that my dad and I loved doing every year was Christmas shopping for kids. We would do that at Walmart, and just the thought that was put into that to give back. The parade, we give back to different groups that participate, from the scouts to the veterans to the bands that participate in performing groups. We don't have a first, second, third prize. We wanted to be able to do something for everybody, which was really nice. Some other big things that we do.
Well, I'll add one if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So I'm from Connellsville, and I used to
Yeah.
be at Connellsville Community Ministries. When the flood happened in Connellsville back, I think it was 2016,
Sure.
the festival actually made a donation to help with the flood recovery in Connellsville.
Yes.
Which I thought was really unique, like how another community would help. So, and there are people, of course, from Connellsville that come and support this too. So it's nice
Sure.
that they're able to share it that way.
Sure. I think, again, it's important to, what we have left over is pouring it back into people and the organizations and in our community, and like you said, surrounding.
Yeah.
Because we are a family, and we want other people to do good. We want to help.
Yeah, and you do. That's great. Now, your dad has always been passionate about the entertainment. I think he actually handpicked a lot of those bands himself. So what can we expect for 2023?
Yeah, he always loved making sure people were entertained at the festival, and always has had stellar entertainment that we've been proud to have. Up in the upcoming weeks, we'll have a brochure of all the dates and times for each of these groups. Don't know them off the top of my head, but Jeff Jimerson, if anybody knows, he has a group called Airborne, but Jeff he sings the national anthem from the Penguins. We have the Clintones, we have Saddle Up, we have Dancing Queen, Pendulum, and we have an Elton John tribute band. So I think we have something for everybody,
Sounds like
which
a
is
variety,
great.
a lot of different genres there, so that's great.
Yeah, and I think, you always see everything's filled up. And I always say it's kind of like Nashville a little bit. You go into a bar, and every level, you don't hear the different bands. And it's kind of like here at the festival, whether you're on the gazebo, the Washington Street stage, or at Old Town, you don't hear the other band play,
Yeah,
which is nice.
That's a good point. Talk a little bit about that. So there are 3 different stages, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the Washington Street stage, and then we have here at the gazebo, and then down at Old Town.
Yeah.
So it's nice that, you know, it's not just one spot. We have things going on at all times.
Right.
We like to keep things moving.
You mentioned about the brochure, and those will be available soon. But you also have a website, and you also have a Facebook page, so people can visit both of those.
Yes, and so some of that had just been under construction. Like I said, it's been a long 2 years, and especially this year, not knowing maybe how we were going to do certain things. It's a little bit under construction, but we're dedicated to get it up and running and have all of our updates on there. I think a lot of people use Facebook too.
They do, yeah. Electronic, and as Armstrong, we encourage that.
Yeah. Well, and too, as far as I always say, don't just Google where the festival's at, because it might give a different address.
Yeah.
If you are coming to the festival, make sure you put in your GPS 1 South Diamond Street, Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania.
1 South Diamond Street.
Yes.
Okay. And your Facebook page, it's just under Mount Pleasant Glass and Ethnic Festivals?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Anything else you want to share?
I really just wanted to thank, it takes a village. So I wanted to thank, all of the community members. I want to thank our sponsors, the vendors, all of our volunteers, because this festival wouldn't be what, my dad and Jerry obviously were the two front men.
Right.
But it also takes everyone to make it happen and make that machine well oiled. And
yeah, that's great.
I just look forward to continuing his legacy. My dad cared so much about his community, and having an event where people could come together, and was very proud of the different awards that we have won, and just that it brought, this was more than just a Mount Pleasant festival. It was a festival that people came from all over,
regional
and not
festival.
not just from Pittsburgh.
Right.
People from all different areas. We have a ukulele player this year who he would come back from Hawaii every year. He told me.
Yeah. Wow.
So.
Yeah.
I just want to thank everybody for their support.
That's excellent. If you don't mind, give the dates again, please.
Yeah.
Someone just joined.
So we cannot wait to see you Friday, September 22nd, Saturday, September 23rd, or Sunday, September 24th.
Well, Kelsey, thank you for being here. Thank you for continuing your dad's legacy. I'm sure he'd be very proud.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And now you're in the know.
Join in the sparkling fall spectacular of the 36th Annual Mount Pleasant Glass and Ethnic Festival, September 22nd through the 24th. See the unique demonstrations from glass craftsmen, and don't miss the fireworks, live music, and over 100 booths featuring ethnic foods and crafts. The Main Street Parade is Saturday, September 23rd. Witness glass-blowing demonstrations and nightly lighted balloon launch. 3 days of family fun and great entertainment at the Mount Pleasant Glass and Ethnic Festival.